Hey Libra, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through this week's reading. This is going to be our weekly reading for July 11th through the 17th. Let's see what's going on with Libra. At the heart of your reading, we have chaos of the mind, the Five of Swords. Some sort of argument, disagreement. You're either feeling fed up with things and really just wanting to piece out of the whole situation, or you're being strategic about it. Maybe they are getting overwhelmed, whomever you have this animosity with or this disagreement with, and you're getting all your ducks in a row for round two. It's possible that this has to do with some sort of rules with the Hierophant here at the bottom of the deck. It could be that it's a spouse that you're arguing with, or that you're arguing about some sort of institution that feels conceptual, almost like you're arguing about the concept of marriage. The challenge is the King of Cups. Rising above it, remaining emotionally mature while centering your own well-being. Or it could be that your challenge is literally another person and their emotional stubbornness. It could be that someone else is exerting power and control over the situation by insisting that their feelings should dominate what happens. That won't be for all of you, but I think I'm picking up on some of you. That's definitely a strong vibe there. With the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, it could be that you have strong intuition about how to go about this, about how it's going to unfold. Oh yeah, I'm not picking up on what you know, but just the strong knowingness of it. It's almost you feel like something's inevitable and you're not even sure why you think this or feel this way. You almost feel like you're going through the motions because I think you have to. Or the situation is calling for it, not that you have to. Your focus is on the King of Wands energy. Now, if you're wanting to exemplify that energy, you feel very empowered yourself, but you are the element with which you feel the most powerful is your passion, and by taking action or instructing other people to take action on your behalf. You could be a really strong delegator. Now, for some of you, you are seeing this King of Cups person as more of a King of Wands energy. That could be the challenge. If that's the case, okay, so if you are kind of stuck in a disagreement with someone who you are viewing as very hot-headed, a bad temper, arrogant, then it's possible that the challenge is you seeing the emotional motivation behind their actions. You might not be assessing that or viewing that because whatever they're portraying on the surface has you really not playing catch up, but it's a little bit it's occupying your full senses. So it's difficult to see beyond that into their heart, into their emotional intentions. And the King of Cups is in the upright, so it would suggest that their intentions are pure. They may be selfish, but they're not ill-intentioned. They're not bad-hearted, so to speak. Something about this, though, does feel a bit too good to be true. There's some toxicity that is not being recognized for what it is, with the Six of Cups in reverse there at the bottom of the deck. In the recent past, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Devil in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Feeling like you're swerving an opportunity that would have been really bad for you. Could have just been like, Some of you have two kings in your situation, one of whom is more led by their passions, and one of whom is more led by their heart. And in the past, I think if that's the interpretation that resonates most with you, then you would have declined an opportunity, a love offer of sorts. Maybe someone asked you on a date and you said no, from one of these two people, not wanting to get sucked into what you're perceiving as like a tactic or a lie or a gosh, I'm just really getting this like feeling of you not trusting their intentions. We're going to get at the truth though. With the Ace of Swords in your crowning position, the perspective through which your higher self is viewing this situation. The part of you that has the longest term perspective for your soul possible. Think of them as like you're a facet of them, right? But they always have your best interest at heart. Okay. So there's some sort of clarity, some sort of truth that you're meant to perceive because of going through this. It could be that this truth or this clarity has recently presented itself to you and you haven't yet kind of seen it for what it is, or the gravity of or the importance of why this perspective or understanding or piece of information has come into your awareness. And I say that because the Hanged Man in reverse here at the bottom of the deck tells me that you've recently been really scrutinizing some information or some piece of this puzzle and trying to make better sense of it, and you feel like you've studied it enough that you understand it enough that you can move on to looking at different things or different aspects now. Whatever it is that you've just gleaned is part of like the whole point of why this is happening. It's going to serve you well on your life's path because it will inform the way that you make decisions over the course of years, if not the rest of your life. So if this is a very frustrating situation, even if it's like ends in a frustrating way, it will still have served you for the positive because it will set you up for success moving forward. Now I just dropped a card. I have to find out where it went. Oh, it's right underneath me. Okay. Near future, we have the Hermit in reverse. This is interesting because it's kind of underscoring a similar energy to that Hanged Man in reverse that we just looked at. But instead of... the Hanged Man looks at something up close in a very like narrow topic. It's that zoomed in, like putting something under a microscope to look at the nuance of it. The Hermit goes up to the mountaintop, metaphorically speaking, to get a zoomed out perspective, informed by his own life purpose. That star in the lantern is like, let me illuminate this situation from the broader perspective. So I think whatever it is that you've learned, you're going to be able to apply that to the whole situation, and it will, something about your understanding of the situation will just shift. It'll click. It'll fall into place like, oh, okay. It could be, not for all of you, but I'm just going to call it out because I see it, because that's part of what tarot can do. The Three of Cups here in reverse at the bottom of the deck could mean a secret third party. So if that is a potential for your situation, it's not really screaming that to me, but it could be that you get one piece of information, you're like, oh, this is a pattern. This can't be a one-time thing. It's definitely like, that's why they did this. That's why they were unavailable here. That's why they didn't answer my call there. It's that sort of like a realization that you see one fact, and it's sort of like it has this domino ripple effect, and everything, all the pieces just kind of land in place. If that's resonating for you, or if that happens for you within the next few days, possibly coming week. I know time is different for everybody. This could be happening for you right now. It could have just happened. It could be happening a few weeks from now. But more likely than not, since you're watching this video, this is intended to be for the coming week ahead. I think that you'll recognize it when it happens. It will be impossible to miss. You won't have to force this energy. If this is your story, it's just going to unfold that way. Your surprise energy is the Knight of Cups in reverse. And the Queen of Cups in reverse there at the bottom of the deck. Now, this is a bit of a mismatch. You're looking for this King energy. You want the emotional maturity. You want someone to open up to you. You want someone to be in touch with their own emotions. But I think this person is going to show that they're just not there yet. They're going to take some sort of action. They're going to think that they're expressing love. The reversal could be some sort of devious intent, like they're lying somehow, but not necessarily. That's definitely not for all of you. If your intuition is telling you that they're lying, you should believe it. But if that's not part of your story, don't try to force it in there. It could be as simple as they're just not emotionally mature enough for what you're looking for. And they'll make it obvious through some sort of action that they take that they perceive to be the best they can do. And I think they will feel maybe very proud of this action that they take, and they'll think that it's going to be successful, but you're not going to be receptive to it because they're just not on your level. You're a queen, they're a knight. This could be combined with the King of Wands energy. Maybe he's mastered the sexual prowess, the attraction, the charisma, the taking charge of things, the taking action, being action-oriented, but they just haven't mastered the emotional side of things yet. Maybe that's the aspect that they're falling short for you. And if that's the case, that will become clear to you through this action that they take. Let's see, hopes and fears. The Tower. You feel like there's so much momentum in a certain direction with the Eight of Wands there at the bottom of the deck that you're you're almost like hoping, asking the universe, can you just fix this for me? Can you just solve it? I want it to be fixed. I want it to be solved. I want a solution. Well, hopefully you know what you're asking for when you do something like that, because that's giving like carte blanche permission, not that they need it, but like to the universe, to your spirit team, to intervene on your behalf. And that can cause some very sudden, unexpected changes that are usually perceived by human beings as being like challenging or painful to go through, just because the nature of change is difficult for human beings. But you definitely want something to be shaken up, or you're asking for divine intervention. So you're hopeful, but you're also scared of how it might play out, what that might mean. I think because it's in the upright, you're more likely to be receptive to it. You know that it could be uncomfortable for you to go through, but you're like, just get it over with. Just, if this isn't meant to be, just take that Jenga tower and shake it and let me have a fresh, clean surface to work with, so to speak. The way this all resolves is with the Four of Cups. Some offer being made, but it's not what you're looking for. You want to level up to the Four of Cups, but you're not so desperate for every cup that's offered to you that you feel like you need to take it. You're going to be very discerning, and in this instance, you're either going to make them wait a long time, like, no, not that, but maybe later, and kind of buy your time to let them develop longer. There's no guarantee that they're going to do that in a time frame that's beneficial to you, though. So I wouldn't just like sit around waiting. But I think this is an offer that's going to be made to you, and you're going to decline it. And I think it's tied up to this this wholehearted offer that emotionally just falls short for you. It is legitimately going to be difficult for them to make this offer, but they're going to feel like they're doing the most. They're going to feel like they've really pulled something out of themselves emotionally that's difficult for them to access and or offer, but they're doing it and they believe that it's going to work or be enough or make you happy or that you'll be impressed somehow, but you're just not. You're going to see it and be like, oh, is that legitimate? I want to tread carefully here because I don't think you have animosity for this person. I think you care about them very much. And it's not like they're being a jerk. They're just not capable of the level of emotional connection and depth and maturity and emotional awareness that you are. And that if you had that in a partner, you would be much happier. And you know that. When that Four of Cups came out, we have the Eight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, and I suspect that this is you. Because you have 8 cups here that are in the upright. That's a lot. That's a lot of positive emotion. But you know what it's not? It's not the 10. It's not the 10 of Cups, and whatever is coming in here isn't going to fill that void. So this person says, I'm going to go off and find it. I need to leave this because there's more that this territory isn't going to offer to me. There's more somewhere out there. I need to go on an adventure. I need to walk a new path to find a greater degree of happiness for myself. Show me some advice for Libra. How can Libra work with these energies for their highest and best good? Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and Strength at the bottom of the deck. Just because you are on a path doesn't mean you need to continue down that road. You've been plodding along very intentionally, trusting that every step forward is going to lead you where you want to go. This advice would suggest that you rethink that, reevaluate that. Because every step that you take in a certain direction, you always have the opportunity to make a fork in the road and move in a new direction. You don't have to go back to the starting ground. You don't have to start from scratch. Now, the way that choice plays out in your life might feel like you're starting from scratch, but you won't be. And I hope that makes sense. If this example that I've been giving in this reading resonates for you, what that would mean is walking away from this person, no longer walking the path together, forging your own road and saying, okay, I need to do what's best for me, whether that's breaking up or moving in a new direction with the things you do in your life that somehow take you off of that person's road somehow. The things that you encounter on this new path that you will be forging for yourself are building upon everything that you've been growing within yourself. So, like, you could meet your Emperor energy person, someone who's mastered all 4 suits, like not just a king of one area in their life, but lacking in other areas, like a whole elevated, well-rounded potential partner, versus like those elements. I'm just picking up on like you're not wanting to necessarily go back to square one, and that holding you back or giving you pause when you're presented with this opportunity to make a new choice. It requires you to leave behind all the work you've put in. So keep that in mind. The new path is the path that's suggested here that would be better for you. So Libra, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helped. Have a great week, and I'll see you back next time.